All right, this is going to be a short video on how to service your filters on an RO150. You're going to see a unit very similar to this. You'll have a water line coming in to the left side of the RO. You're going to have a water line coming out, going to an expansion tank, which is teed off, going to the misting box. On the back side of this RO, you're going to have a 1/4 inch line, which is your drain line, going to the hub drain of the store. In order to service this RO, it'll be under pressure. You're going to need to release the pressure. First thing you're going to do is unplug the RO from power. Second thing you're going to do is close the inlet water going to it. The third thing, on the back of this RO, you're going to see a 1/4 inch valve. It's going to have air release attached to it. You're going to want to open that. The expansion tank that is coming off of this, you're going to want to close. After you do that, on the top, there's an emergency bypass valve. You're going to open that. That will in turn release all the pressure from the RO. You want to make sure your gauge is reading there, 0, before you take any lines loose. After that's done, then you're going to remove your filter canisters with the provided filter wrench that should have been left at the store, or perhaps you have one. Remove your filter. In the filter, you're going to see a dowel pin, which is this blue thing right here. Basically, you're going to take it out of the filter, put it back up in the slot, take this filter, grab your new one. They're marked 5 micron, smart media, 20 micron. Make sure when you grab your filters, you read what it says, put it in the same location as far as how it goes back. When reinstalling the filters, set your filter up in your canister, set your dowel pin, grab your filter, set it up into the dowel pin, and then screw your filter back in. The dowel pin is crucial to get in there so you don't crush the sidewall of the filter when screwing it back in. You'll repeat the process on the next 2 filters in the order in which they're marked. Once you have all your filters in place, you go back and reverse your thing. Take your bypass off, close the valve in the back that I showed you, open your water inlet, open the expansion tank, plug your RO back in. The RO pump will begin to start to run. It will charge it back up until it reaches its 50 to 60 psi and shut off. Once it's shut off, you're ready to return your system back on and you're back in business. If after you change those filters, and let's just say it's a 1-year mark, you're changing your membrane. Same process, take all the pressure off of your RO, disconnect this line, this cap will unscrew, this membrane will lift up out of its holder. There's 2 other lines here that you do not need to remove. Take any pair of pliers, grab a hold of the inlet side just like that, remove the membrane filter, which will look like this. Grab your new one that will be in plastic, insert the membrane the same way you took it out with the seal to the back side, push it in, put your cap back on it, set it back in your holder, and reconnect your 1/4 inch line. Now all of your filters have been changed on your RO150. You're ready to turn it back on and be back in service. The filters are set up accordingly to take out a certain amount of sediment out of the water. The 5 micron is designed to take out the particulates that's in the water before it gets to the membrane. Your smart media is designed to remove the chlorine out of your water, and then the 20 micron is designed to catch some of the bigger stuff before it gets to the membrane, so we can have a smaller particulate going through the membrane, which prolongs the life of the unit. Okay, when servicing the RO150, we strongly recommend that you use the filters that we provide for you, simply because of the tests that we've run on them, the 5 micron, the 20 micron, and the smart media, which we've designed to take out even more of the chlorine, which will hinder the life expectancy of your membrane if the chlorine doesn't get broke down like it should. So when using these filters, the RO will work properly. If you use an alternate filter, you are going to shorten the life of the RO and the membrane and possibly void the warranty on the unit. So we strongly recommend that you use the filters provided by the manufacturer of this RO. This is the basic installation of an RO150. Depending on where you locate it, on top of the case, on the wall as I have it here, you're going to see these basic things. This on the left side of the RO is going to be where the house water is feeding the RO. On the right side of the RO, coming out here, is another 3/8 fitting that's going to come out of the RO go into a T or a Y, depending on the case. One of them is going to go to the expansion tank. The other one is going back to feed to the misting box. The expansion tank is basically provided to get the pressure to the misting box that we need after the clean water has gone through. On the back side of the RO, you'll have a 1/4-inch line tied together like this. This will go to the hub drain. Undo your lines, run it down to the hub drain in the back room or on the top of the case, wherever it may be. Once you have everything in place, you will turn the house water on. It'll run through the RO. You'll plug the power in to it. You will hear the RO pump kick on. Once the RO is done making water and reaches full pressure, whether it be 50 to 60 pounds, the RO will shut off automatically. It will kick on automatically as this machine demands water. So that when the system is running, as this tank starts to diminish, it will fill this back up again and the RO will kick back on and run until it reaches its pressure and then shut off.